provide cheap and reliable coins and you support my channel, then please use the link in the description and go to fifacoinzone.com. You can buy a million coins for only £6. And if you want to buy the cheapest games and codes, then the link to G2Haters Farm is also in the description down below. Hey guys, so welcome to this almost last episode from this Road to Glory series. We only have one episode remaining of this episode because we're in Division 2 already, and look at the first goal with Ronaldo, a great verb spin. We get 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and we finish that indeed. This match proved to be a difficult match. It's 3 against 3 versus Chelsea, 3-3. But we give a great passer into Bale and he doesn't fail in the finish. We get the 4-3 and in the end we're actually gonna win this game with 5-3. But in this episode we're gonna do Division 2 and Division 1. It's in one single episode. This should be a great episode again with some very nice goals, I can tell. And as said, in the last minutes from this game we ended up winning this match with 5-3. Now the next match in Division 2 we need to do better. The last match was a little bit difficult. We need to do better in this match. Great action with Ronaldo, piece of dribbling, ball rolls, then pass it at just the right time to James Rodriguez. We beat the goalkeeper, we kept it in, and we get the 1-0 indeed. Then we intercept the ball here, and we're going to build it up all the way from the goalkeeper. This is going to be a great build-up attack. It's a nice passing play in the midfield. We get the ball through Ronaldo. The first touch scooped in, and look at his pace at Bale. We give him the through ball. He deserves the through ball. He wants it, and we scored the 2-0 in the 13th minute. We needed to do better after the last game. We're fully focused, and we are indeed performing better this game. Look at the run by Ronaldo. We need to give him the chip ball. He wins that duel, of course. He gets 1-on-1. He finishes it off 3-0 in the 23rd minute. And at halftime, our opponent seems to have had enough because he's going to rage quit. So that is the second win in Division 2 and the second win of this episode. Let's get on to the third match in Division 2. We tried to do a great skill move combination. We failed though. But we're going to apply some great pressure. We're going to cut off the passing lanes. He can't pass it forward. He's a little bit in doubt. What should I do? He's trying to play Mr. Cool, but he gets away luckily all over again. So he should maybe not try to act like Mr. Cool again. But he still thinks he can get out of the pressure. He fails again. And this time we do punish him for that. He got away a little bit luckily a couple of times. But the second time he gives up the ball, we do finish that off indeed. Game isn't that easy as you may think. It was only 1-2. We scored a 1-3 there. And it looks like a perfect opportunity to enable the counter-attack mentality because our opponent is probably gonna attack a little bit more. We try a nice combination, we fail on the pass there, but the ball does get back to James. Should I go for the chip shot there? I chose to go for the control in this stage of the match, the control over the ball, the control over the game. We get the ball to Benzema, look at the space at Ronaldo. He doesn't miss on empty nets usually, and we win that match with 4-1 indeed. Now the next match against Chelsea. Nice passing play, Bale is through on the wing, let's give him the ball. Try to set up another 1-2 with Ronaldo. And look at the run now by Benzema. Ronaldo spots that, easy tap in for Benzema. In the 9th minute he 1-0. And this match actually turned out to be a great one. Look at this combination play, 47-1 there. Our opponent got a red card, I believe, somewhat around the 18th minute. But this is Division 2 and we got a 10-1 in last episode in Division 3, a 10-1 in Division 3. And now in Division 2 we got an 8-1 actually. And now against Man United we got them under pressure. As you can see, United is a terrible team to pick. This should be easy to win. We do a nice ball roll to drag with combination with James. Ronaldo get the ball now. Can we go through? No, it turns out that he intercepts the ball, but we keep the pressure on. We've gotten pressured from moment one, and finally Khedira does float that ball into the back of the net. I think we won that game eventually with 3-0, but not a lot of great goals, and we need to do 2 seasons in 1 episode. So let's get on with the next match against Barcelona. Great through ball on Bale, and how about that finish? Great lob shot by Bale, chip shot over the goalkeeper. Ball was bouncing, it asked for it, but thinking about it and actually performing it are two very different things, and Bale succeeds on the latter part of that. Great goal by Gareth Bale. Perfect flick shot there with Ronaldo, turn back down, maybe a little bit like in the wiggle tutorial. Then a great reverse step over turn. Somehow Ronaldo failed on the finish, but the rebound does go in. But that reverse step over turn there was quite great with Ronaldo. We get another win. The next match again against Chelsea. We get the ball to Benzema on the wing, gives a nice pass to James Rodriguez. He shouldn't fail on the finish. We do a ground shot. We beat Courtois 41-0. Now the 40th minute, nice opening with Marcelo to Bale. Great use of the radar there. Bale in all the space. What can he do with this? Beats the opponent, but has to do a body feint to open up the space a little bit more. Now we can pass it forward, get the ball to Ronaldo. First that scoop turn, body feint. Great through ball on Benzema, and we get the 2-0 there indeed. And the opponent actually rage quit after that goal. And that means that we've got now have the Division 2 title. We only need 8 more wins to get that great goal, the 63-0-0. And we start great in the first match in Division 1. This is the first match in Division 1. We hit the ball, they're a little bit unlucky. could have been our opening goal in the highest division on FIFA 16, FIFA 15 I mean, on FIFA 16 as well. But we got the first goal here, 1-0, and the 29th minute. We're gonna get our second yellow for that. Wasn't really much in my opinion, but yeah, we got a red card. This is gonna be a tough match. Only in the 28th minute we get that red card. So let's switch around our formation a little bit. I decided to sub in Pepe because Varane got a red card. I subbed in Pepe for Benzema and decided to go on with this formation. Bale and Ronaldo as my strikers. And as you can see, I scored a 2-0 already. With a red card, I scored the 2-0. Red card, when the red card was given, I was only 1-0 up in the 20th minute. It's now the 15th minute, already 2-0. We open up to Carvajal, cross it in, and Ronaldo has it in 3-0 after we got that red card. Great opener in Division 1. Carvajal challenged the opponent a bit, get the ball to Ramos, and how about that finish? We chipped it in, 4-0. Great chip goal by Ramos. We challenged him here with Carvajal. First touch flick shot with Ramos, and then the great chip shot finish with Sergio Ramos. 44-0. Can it even get worse for our opponent? 4-0 after we've been red carded. That's quite a humiliation, but we keep on scoring goals. We pass it across the goal for Bale. Easy tap in indeed. And the match actually ended in 5-1. I think he scored a corner kick or something like that. We have to keep this episode a little bit pacey, and our opponent actually is gonna get a red card now in the 6th minute. We even get a penalty kick, obvious penalty kick and red card in my opinion, and this should be a really easy match to win against only 10 players. Ronaldo, great body feint to get 1-on-1, and it is indeed already 2-0. Playing against 10 men should be easy. Well, if I'm playing against 10 men, if I play with 10 men, it proved to be not that easy. We won 5-0 to Benzema with some face-up dribbling, and another time face-up dribbling, the fake shot combination. We get 1-on-1, we beat the goalkeeper at the first post. Probably not anymore an option on FIFA 16, which will come out tomorrow, the demo at least. But well, we can still abuse the first post OP. Let's do that, and we ball roll that into the goalkeeper. You often get penalty kicks when you ball roll it into someone, and we get the penalty kick indeed. I didn't dare to shoot it to the middle again, but look at the free kick in the next match with Bale. That is how you're supposed to perform free kick from 29 yards, I believe. Great execution from Gareth Bale with the free kick over there. We lead it 1-0. It's already 2-0 now. Let's set up another attack. Can we score that 3-0? We get out of the pressure with some nice passing play. Get the ball now to the other side with Modric. Great lob pass onto Ronaldo. Great use of the radar. The opponent did not spot that, but we did. And that is an obvious red card. We could have scored that, but now we only get a free kick. But Bale proves that he's a true free kick specialist in this match. He again scores from the free kick position, and we win our second match in Division 1 as well. Third match in Division 1, or is it? I think this is actually already the fourth match I believe in Division 1 against Real Madrid. Great ground cross from Benzema onto Ronaldo. Look at that, the ground cross here, just like in the tutorial. We get the 1-0 in the 6th minute. 13th minute now against Real Madrid. Still against Real Madrid, I mean. We cross that in, but we fail to head it in with Benzema there. But James does pick the ball up. We play a little bit patiently, face of dribbling, drag back, and now let's pass it into the box. Just like in the build-up tutorial, we pass it into the box. And how about that ball roll by Ronaldo? It was such a sneaky, maybe even brilliant ball roll to execute the ball roll right there. Great move by Ronaldo. We get the goal in the 42-0. We even score the 3-0 in the 33rd minute after frankly some bad defending from our opponent. We just ran through there, and now nice Berber spin with Bale. We had a roulette on top of that. We get the penalty kick, well deserved. You cannot fall us like that. We do ball roll here, I mean actually the ball roll that in, and that's how we got the 4th win in Division 1. We lob through ball on Ronaldo 1-on-1, and again we decide to perform a chip shot when the ball is bouncing and the goalkeeper came out of his goal a little bit, and we actually score a great goal with Ronaldo, the second goal in this match, and it's now actually 2-1. Your opponent was quite good, but as you can see he is red carded. We play a little bit patiently, we finally find the space at Khedira. First a fake shot, pass it back, Carvajal now pass into Rodriguez, first a fake shot again, body feint, and again that ball roll, absolutely brilliant move by James Rodriguez. First that fake shot, then the body feint, and that ball roll is just sublime in my opinion. Great goal by James. We win that match, and now the last match in Division 1 for today actually, because the last match will be in a great finale episode. But now Ronaldo, great body feint. We get 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. We score the goal, 1-0 indeed. And the 65th minute, only 1-0 yet. but I feel like we can beat this opponent with some more goals. Great cross into Ronaldo, we get the 3-0, and this means that we are certainly going to win this game. We're not going to give that away anymore. We try to perform a counter-attack. Khedira, oh, well spot there, the space at Ronaldo, 1-on-1 with his goalkeeper, he doesn't fail on the finish, yet again, 3-0, and now the 83rd minute, we get the ball to Kames. Our opponent is attacking a little bit too much, he wants to score that goal, but he's probably going to get punished on the counter-attack. Great verbal spin, Ronaldo finished that, beat the goalkeeper with the ball roll, we score the 4-0, and that's actually the last match of this episode. We're now 62-0-0 on head-to-head gameplay on FIFA 15, we're 62-0-0, so as you can recall probably on FIFA Ultimate Team, I'm also 62-0-0, so the next episode is going to be an amazing finale episode in which we try to get on both modes of FIFA 15, the 63-0-0, before we start with FIFA 16. Make sure to come back for the next episode if you do not want to miss that. So this was the end of this episode. This was Suki. See you next time.